Let's
ready?
Go. Okay. Start the day, start the day, start the day, start the day, start the day.
Tell me,
start
are
the
you
day,
ready?
start the day, start the day.
Let's go. Let's start the day. A new set of lessons. I'm alive. It's me and my blessings. It's hip hop for the kids in the crew who rule with new rules in the hip hop school. Now we could take it easy or we could do challenges. We take rhythm and poetry and balance it. All over the world, rap sisters and brothers. Here we live life out loud in bright colors. Yeah. Mic check, many choices. What else? Mind control, move conscious. More creating music community. Know what that means? We all MCs. Y'all ready? Let the cipher begin.
Welcome to Catacomb Music.
What's the weather? What's the weather? What's the weather? Let's sing the weather. Winter, summer, spring to fall.
Welcome to the Preschool Cypher. I'm so excited, you guys. What's the weather like in Atlanta?
I don't know. It's just nice and sunny.
Is it nice and sunny?
Yeah.
How about you, Miyata? What's the weather like by you?
It's raining.
Rain?
It's sunny. When it stops raining, it's sunny.
Oh, so it already rained, now it's sunny?
Yeah.
What about you in Colorado?
It is very sunny today. It's a little chilly, but it's nice and bright. I don't see any clouds in the sky.
Well,
It's starting to feel like spring. What did you say?
I see clouds in my placement.
Oh, you see clouds. I'm kind of far away from you. I'm all the way in Colorado. I'm almost on the other side of the United States of America.
Yeah, right over south under to the right.
Under to the right.
It goes this over to the right.
Over and under to the right. Maybe.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, I am in North Carolina and I am in Raleigh, North Carolina, and it was raining a lot here.
Oh, well,
It stopped raining, but it's still cloudy.
yeah, but my place, there's just lightning and a little bit of sprinkles right on my house. But it didn't strike the house, so the Wi-Fi didn't go out for me.
It's interesting how the weather works, huh?
Yeah, it's just how the weather works sometimes. Sometimes it turns rainy, sometimes it turns foggy, sometimes it turns like airy and all that stuff.
I wanted to ask you, do you like, what's your favorite season? Do you want it to snow some more, or are you ready for it to be hot for summer? What do you like?
Snow.
You like the snow? I'm ready for summer.
Because we buy some sleds, but they're only gonna come when it's snow time.
We have to go to a trip.
She's gonna order them.
You might need to take a trip so you can go sledding and skiing.
Yeah, we can go to the North Pole just so we can go see some ice.
The North Pole, you know what? You can ski and sled here in Colorado. We have big mountains here. Big, huge mountains called the Rocky Mountains.
Oh, Rocky Mountains. Well, my mom said I can't go down those.
You can't go down those.
Yeah, they're too
I
big.
wouldn't either. But you could, there's smaller hills that you can go.
How about you, Miyata?
Okay.
I mean, what's your favorite season? What do you like?
The sun and the wind and the afternoon.
In accent. Do you like it when it's cold outside, or do you like when it's hot outside?
Oh, mostly I gotta not be hot, but I gotta go with snowy. I still gotta go with cold. Because that's how you get like that kind of shiny vibe on you.
Well,
How do you
Miyako,
like that?
you run track, and you said you run track in the summer. But I was thinking, I said, wow, it must be really hot because I never like to run, but I admire those that do. So how do you maintain running in the heat? What do you do?
I drink water. When I run all the way and I drink water.
Does
And I get some ice cream.
Oh, well, that's how she runs. She makes sure she's hydrated. And then at the end, she has a little prize as an incentive to eat some ice cream. You eat the ice cream after you run or while you're running?
After I drink water, I run all the way and drink water and get ice cream to calm me down.
Oh, okay, I understand. That's awesome.
I would run just for the ice cream. If that's what I'll earn at the end, I think I'm going to take up running. Well, I'm so excited to see you guys today. I'm so excited to have both of you together. So for the past couple of episodes, we had a couple episodes with just Soleil, and then we had a couple episodes with just Miyata. So now you guys are together, right?
Yeah.
Fun, two of you together, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
Yes, awesome. And you guys are so smart too. I think you are really smart. So
Yeah, but she has to start meeting me.
what you say?
But she has to start meeting me. Like, he never went to my house and saw my house.
She's never met you in person before.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I've never met you either. We got to meet one day.
Yeah.
That would
one
be
day,
awesome.
me on the next day after the other day.
Oh, okay. Miyata, you think you can plan a trip to come to go to visit Soleil in Atlanta? What do you think about that? Yes?
Does it take that long to get to Atlanta?
It doesn't.
I'm going to be asleep.
Yeah, we would have to take a little road trip, right?
Yeah, you have to take only a 9-minute road trip over here. Hi guys, we're making a visible egg. So I'm gonna be mini Molly Pepper.
What did we already mix in the cup? What's in there?
Baking soda and water, and this is my mommy's, and this is mine. And I'm gonna draw something, guys.
Mix baking soda. Sorry, not baking powder, baking soda.
Baking soda,
I'm gonna do some-
water,
Yeah, there you got your water, warm water.
and baking soda.
All right, pour the baking soda.
Get some soap. Yeah.
We got
Rubbing
the alcohol.
alcohol or sanitizer if you have sanitizer.
Alcohol.
Alcohol. And then 1 teaspoon of a spice. Turmeric.
Turmeric.
Yeah, so you pour the alcohol first. Be careful. Good job. Good. And now we pour the turmeric. It's okay if you make a mess. Good job.
I added the alcohol and turmeric.
You mixed alcohol with turmeric?
Mix alcohol,
I don't mix it with
the
turmeric.
potion that reveals the invisible ink. The invisible ink is with hot water and baking soda. So you mix them together.
Oh,
There
but
you
that,
go.
because this is gonna be big.
You
But I'm gonna make a secret machine and draw mine. It's gonna be pretty cool. I'm gonna give you-
All right, there goes your hot water. Baking soda.
Just a little bit, not too much.
All right, here you go.
So all the baking soda gone.
And then look at you guys. You mixing. I'm mixing mine over here.
See that fizzle sound? That's the sound of baking soda and the water that's hot. It's gotta agitate it.
Agitated. Oh, I love that.
All right.
I can do it.
right. You can draw something or write something.
How's it coming, Miata?
Yeah.
Good.
So this is,
Or
she said, do you have play clothes?
drawing a person.
Oh, you can only
You.
Yep.
Where's your hair? Where's your afro?
Well, I don't know how to draw the afro, so you can do the rest. Because this is
Just a little bit.
this is invisible ink, baby, so it's not able to see, but it is my name on me.
You can still see it even though it's invisible ink.
Yeah, because there's wet outlines, but I don't see them.
Okay.
Wet art.
We're gonna put.
How many
Hold
more?
on,
we got?
I ain't getting the ink.
All that alcohol on the tumor.
When she pours it on, it's visible. You can't see the wet
Yeah.
marks. Oh, me hug you. Me hug you.
Are you hugging me? There you go. Make sure you get it. Stop.
I'm gonna pour it on there.
Any revealing. You can't really see. It just looks wet.
I have to take.
Okay.
Let's see what it looks like once I put some turmeric revealing solution on here.
Show it to him dry. You showed it to him already?
The thing I love about this activity is it's inexpensive and most people have
This.
No. That's why you can't look. You can't use too much water.
mine.
Do we have to wait for it to dry?
A little bit.
Okay.
Dry a little
Wait
bit.
for a little bit so it can dry.
But if you
I'm gonna flap it up and down.
But mine-
This is gonna be a good experiment. Okay, do it now.
yeah, let's see it. Miata, are you ready? How far you got? Let's wait. Let's see what Miata's got going on.
Oh, I see something. What do you see? What's that?
This
Yeah.
is a dog.
A what?
A dog. Me and my mother hug each other and she say my name. That's
Aw.
what John. It's pretty nice. This is the first product. What did she drive?
Do you see what it
Hi guys.
Hi guys.
That was it.
First I did. What does that say?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Cipher.
Big
Oh.
part.
Yeah, you use
Yeah, show the heart at the bottom over
All
here.
right, Miata, let's see what you got.
What did you write on yours? What did you put? What did you put on yours?
That is
healing potion.
this is a name that
Oh wow.
um,
Nice. You guys have such good art.
Say, when I draw, it calms me down. That's a nice way of relaxing and calming yourself.
yeah, but my favorite way to calm me down is by breathing and chilling out, watching something.
That's good. I like drawing. It kind of occupies my mind and it gets my hands moving. It's like a mind, physical thinking activity all at once.
Yeah,
Creating things.
mine's pretty fun too.
You like to
Like-
create?
Yeah, the S got a little bit erased away, but that's okay.
Okay, it's art. The thing about art is that everyone has a different thing that they like. So art can be unique. Whatever you like and your own art is just it's your creativity. So it's fine.
Mine's like really dry and really like crumply.
Dry and crumbly. That's good. So do you recommend this activity for other friends? Do you think other children
Yeah.
should write messages with invisible?
Yeah.
So thank you guys for joining today. Miata, can you tell your friends thank you for joining the cipher?
Yes. Thanks for joining the
Get closer so you
cycle.
can-
We appreciate you, Soleil, so much. Before we say goodbye, Miata, can you tell us what did you do for your birthday?
We go to a fun place. All the slides and
And
food.
how old? Let me see.
Huh?
Let me see. 4. Okay, both hands. Me too.
Yeah.
You getting ready to say goodbye?
Bye.
Say bye to your friends on the Preschool Cypher.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next.
Thanks for joining the preschool.
See you guys.
Thanks for joining Preschool Cypher.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
The letter of the day is U. U is for umbrella.
Hey everybody, this is Maria Davis, and I am here to let you know that I am a part of a great movement. My good friend Jamila and her organization, we had a great interview today, and please listen to it.
I did a great interview with the wonderful, amazing Maria Davis. And she is known as the godmother of hip hop. She's an HIV/AIDS advocate. She is just really a dope person, and she is the reason for a lot of these rappers that we know today and their success. So I wanted to just feature Miss Maria Davis, and I did a write-up on her for my blog, The Kwanyan Chronicles, and I'm just going to share some footage from that interview with our viewers. It got me thinking about some of the women who have impacted the culture and who stands out for you and why. So
Queen Latifah. I love Queen Latifah. She was one of the first women, well, probably the first woman rapper that she didn't take any mess. And it was like I remember being this little girl and watching UNITY video, and me and my cousins and my sisters, we felt empowered when she punched that guy for calling her that bad name. She punched him. I'm not gonna say it because we on a preschool cypher, but she stood up for herself, and we knew it was something. It was something about that gave us all like, you know what? We could take somebody out too. It gave us a superpower. I don't know. How did y'all feel when you saw that UNITY video?
No, we were
dead
all
in his
the ladies first fanatics. So that would be Latifah, Moni Love, like everybody. That was everybody. So like ladies first fanatics in front of the TV, like all day long. Yeah. So I would stay in that realm. For me, like one of my faves, I would say, would be MC Lyte. Like she was one of my faves. And then I just also identify with like the deep voice and the like that or whatever, and just her storytelling rap. So I would definitely say Lyte, and then moving forward a little bit more present, I would say definitely it would be Lauryn Hill, because
I was gonna say
just her impact from one album, like she's just iconic. It's just never been done the way that she did it. Just for what she did, it was everything.
One of the best shows I've ever seen live was Lauryn Hill. I mean, I've seen her several times.
Me too.
My favorite show, I saw her at Jones Beach, and she did the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. I guess it was the ambiance, being by the water, the waves crashing, and her performance, the band. It was awesome.
Best show ever. I know the exact show you went to, Jamila. She did that. She performed out here. So fun. But you know what? Recently, I went to Missy Elliott's show. That is hands down.
To go to Missy show. I'm
it
so
was
happy.
Absolutely the best. It's like something that should be on Broadway. It should be on a special on Netflix.
I knew it would be.
It was amazing. It was fabulous. It was the greatest show on hip hop culture, the graffiti, the break dancing, the lineup. She had Busta Spliff Star there, Timbaland there. Awesome.
Oh, that's I think the second best for me would be as far as performance would be Erykah Badu. Now,
I love Erykah.
I mean, I've seen her several times too, but my favorite was at Wingate Park when she did the Healer, the hip hop. That song, I could just hear the beat, the drums in my head.
Yeah, Badu, she's
man, it was amazing. But yeah, I love that. But also too, coming from Queens, come on now.
We had everybody, salt and pepper. Like we had everybody. Everything.
I was salt and pepper.
I was pepper. I was pepper. For sure. With
But
both
let me tell you what,
Scorpios.
but that was the beauty for me in living in Queens is that I just was so close to all of this hip hop, and it was like it was like bubbling before my eyes. All these iconic people who weren't icons at the time. They were icons to us, but they weren't
Right. But yeah,
And
exactly.
see, for me, I lived in like Littleton, Colorado. I'm out here. There's very few Black people. We didn't have access to BET. They did not have BET on our TV, so we had MTV. We only had MTV. So it was like we would have to go on hunts, searches for the music. We would see some of the music on MTV, but you'd have to watch MTV Jams, MTV Uncut. Like you had to wait sometimes till late night. We had some radio stations, but they just played like the mainstream hip hop. So we kind of had to go on a hunt, and it was more difficult. And I envy y'all because I wanted to be in the culture. We had to go and search, but we searched it out. Let me tell you, we found it. I mean, growing up here is completely different as a black kid, that loved hip hop. But the white kids love hip hop too. They loved it with us.
They do.
And the Hispanic people, it's a culture.
Yes, it's a beautiful thing to watch the culture evolve and move on to these different places. And, when I taught middle school, I always taught movement in geography and how hip hop was one of the biggest ways, a biggest form of movement. It pushed our culture across the world. So people in Africa, they see what we're doing in the hood, right? And so it allowed us to communicate to each other. So all urban hood issues kind of translated across the world. So anybody who was living in an oppression, they found hip hop, and now there's like Palestinian rappers. There's all kinds
everywhere.
They're everywhere. Hip hop is in China and Japan, everywhere. So I love hip hop for that, and I love just this being my culture, and I celebrate the women who definitely made that impact, because as a little girl, I got excited anytime I heard a female voice. I'm really excited to share the conversation I had with Maria, because if it wasn't for her and the things that she did as a woman in this industry, and now all the things that we are learning that the women endure in this industry, for them to still push through all that and still be great and still tell us that we can be superheroes. We don't have to take, these oppressive men and the things they do, and that our voice matters. And to know that, women have been so influential in this movement, pushing it and growing it, has been so dope. So I'm so excited to share that. And I'm so glad that we are now here to think that just this movement of the preschool cipher is feminine, because as women, we are concerned about the children, right? Men may not be, they hustling, they getting money, whatever, but the babies, they need something to listen to that's going to be positive for their ears. It's going to be encouraging. It's going to let them know that they can do anything in the world. And we need to make sure that we cultivate a safe space for hip hop, for our children to experience hip hop. And so that's why.
And we got some men tapping into that too. We'll highlight them another time.
No, we do have some, but I know it was some woman
it's not a lot.
behind that telling them, hey, don't forget about the babies. Do something for the babies. So now I'm glad that when I first started this in 2000, actually the ideas came in 95. But when I first started thinking like this about hip hop for the babies, people were like, nah, that's never gonna work. Nobody really wants that. But I knew that hip hop would grow up, and we are now grandparents. I see Nori showing his but not us, but hip hop grandparents.
I know what you mean.
Nori is a grandfather.
I'm a grandmother.
I feel like now that hip hop is growing up, now we're thinking about the babies. Who is Maria Davis? How would you describe yourself?
That's a good question. So I guess being a young child, I was born in Cincinnati, Ohio. My mother and father's from there. but they moved to New York 2 years later. My mother followed my father from Cincinnati. And, you know, I grew up in the projects. Nothing wrong with growing up. Excuse me, not projects. What do they call it? Housing now, right?
With housing.
Housing authority in NYCHA. So I grew up in NYCHA. And, but I had big aspirations and big dreams. And one of them was being a model, which propelled me into music, along with my mother giving parties every weekend and inviting friends over and always feeding people and always decorating. So all of that years later came down to Mad Wednesdays, me being an activist and, you know, being vocal in the community. Because even in high school, people don't even realize when I was in high school, I was the Sunshine Secretary. So what I would do, that was a position that they made for me because I would call people up and ask them how they're doing. So they made me the Sunshine Secretary. So I guess that Sunshine Secretary, Mad Wednesday host, advocate, all of that balled up in one. And that's what really shaped and molded me, you know, because as I modeled and from the young women that I met, I started giving fashion shows with the other models. And so I would do fashion shows and then I would have a DJ. And then I started with music industry. The Russell Simmons and the Andre Harrells and them used to come to the fashion show because the music industry and the fashion industry was all tangled up in one. So that was like really my springboard into meeting other people in the music industry. Loved what I did. So whether it was packed or it wasn't packed, I still continued my show. I was very consistent. And that is why they call me the godmother of hip hop. I don't care if it was just me and somebody else in the spot. I never canceled my shows. Even in some of the snowstorms, the show still went on because hip hop community don't care about a snowstorm.
No.
I really supported young Black men in their artistry, Case, Darnell Jones, Mace, Big L. So I was very male heavy in promoting Mad Wednesdays. Okay. I had women, but I mean, you had Queen Latifah and them, they also came and gave me love. But at that time, the music had changed to something different. Mad Wednesdays came along in 1994 when I started utilizing Sweetwater. That Mad Wednesdays was every Wednesday beginning in 1994. I don't know if Mad Wednesdays was so intentional, but that was the road that I needed to take. I guess it was ordained by God, because I say that all the time, because he needed a big mouth chick in the AIDS and HIV realm. And he needed somebody that wasn't afraid and was feeling. In the beginning, I was afraid. But by that time, I had all my experience on the Mad Wednesday stage, you know, getting in front of people and speaking. So actually, my journey in being a promoter was really the journey in becoming an HIV/AIDS activist. So I had a great support system. Young people don't have that now. No. I had a very good support system. And then some of my model friends will watch my kids too. So, you know, in the 80s and the 90s, it was like lots of love.
Real, like as a mother, I often feel guilty when I have to leave my kids and go to work or, you know, miss certain things. Like they have an open house for school coming up. It's a brand new school and I'm really usually all over it, but I won't be able to make that open house and I feel really bad. But then there's like a balance between, you know, but mom got things to do. You know, I was here before you. I got work to do still. And so sometimes you battle with that guilt. How did you deal with that?
It follows you.
Since your kids are grown. Oh, you still have
it. Follows you. Follows you.
So what advice would you give a mother right now who's kind of doing what they're doing in their career field, and particularly entertainment, but yet sometimes they have to leave their kids behind because not always, you know, can't bring them with you?
It is our job to make sure our children are safe and protected. And you have to spend time with them. Protecting our kids is the most important thing.
Okay, so having a strong support system,
absolutely,
and making sure you make them a priority, and regardless,
because there are a lot of things I regret, and you know, I had to apologize to my children, but I had to make money too to take care of my family because I was a single mother. I wound up at the end of 1998, I started becoming very sick. but my faith was so strong. Even in them times when I get that, you know, when you hear those voices in your ear,
Wow.
I had to get a stranger, a girlfriend, friend of mine, Miss Paulette, the scarf lady, was on Lenox Avenue. Rest in peace, Miss Paulette. She kept my daughter for 6.5 weeks, a stranger. She didn't.
Wow. And she had to go to school knowing she was staying with a stranger and mommy's in the hospital. It must have been very hard.
Very hard.
For you, I always think of the parents because I feel like children are resilient, but as a mother going through all that physically and knowing that you live in your daughter with the stranger and all that she's going through, probably, you know, I really admire that.
And still had to orchestrate my daughter and her movement, making sure she had money, food. I still had to do that from the hospital bed.
Right. Wow.
Now my son stayed with his dad.
That's right.
And you know, that's another message to some of my mothers, you know, out there, especially our younger women. You know, before you decide to have children, make sure that mate is on the same page as you.
Right.
Don't just, and the most important thing is that you love yourself enough to see through the foolishness.
You said your faith. So at that point, I mean, some people would have just given up or just felt overtaken, but you said you had strong faith. So I clearly wanted you here for a reason. You know, and now you're here, you found your faith. How was that like? You feel like you were very determined, you knew you were going to pull yourself out of it? I mean,
lots of prayers. I want to tell you, lots of prayers. When they say people pray for me, they was praying for me. And every time I did that, and every time I talked to somebody about my own status and encouraging other people who were HIV positive, it was like God just gave me another boost to life. He gave me another year and another year and another year and another year. And so I tell people that all the time. Never feel sorry for yourself. And you have to count your blessings every day. Every morning, if you open your eyes, that's a blessing. That's a blessing.
That's a blessing. That's true.
So we have to make sure that we connect on the small things in life that are so important, which is much more important than the music industry. It's much more important than being the godmother of hip hop. It's much more important than any title that I have. Life is more important than all of that.
So
and that's what I had to learn. They're talking about Mad Wednesdays and how Mad Wednesdays have changed their life. And the young girls that I see now and say, thank God for you, Miss Maria. Your speeches really put me in another direction. So I was like the mother, the auntie, all of that.
Yeah. Well, I think that hip hop is blessed to have you, and especially the women, because your story is it resonates so much. And, you know, it seems like from the time you were growing up, you saw women being mothers, taking care of the community, having fun, bringing light when everybody else is sad and going through stuff, you know, just hood stuff, how we take care of each other, and then transcending that. And I think that's something that's unique about hip hop, is that we are able to bring the light and the joy out of nothing, like make it happen. And you are a pure example of that, because now, you know, you're sitting here, you're healthy, you're looking good. And so at what point did the Jay-Z album come in that whole timeline?
Oh, 94. So 97. 97. His album came out in 97.
Right.
And by then, when Reasonable Doubt came out, he had already been with me at Sweetwaters. Okay. When I started at Sweetwaters, DJ Clark Kent, Dame Dash, all of them were there with me. And that was my introduction to the world about Jay-Z. Nobody liked him. They was like, oh, Maria, he's corny. I was like,
nope.
Something about him.
So would you say, I mean, obviously Jay-Z is
50 Cent too. 50 Cent did my show a lot too.
Oh, okay. So who else, who did you think at the time, before these people were who they are now, who did you say this person is going to be, or was it anybody that you could see they had real star power? Like,
I had Missy Elliott. Missy Elliott too. She was in a group called Sister.
Yes, I remember Sister. Yes.
Darnell Jones, Monica, Brandy. Brandy started with me at Sweetwaters too.
Wow.
Talent. So let me tell you. So once I started speaking, all of my people, Talent, the comedian, Capone, they would all let me bring my donation box. So my red donation box is very famous because it's been all over the world.
Okay.
So they would let me bring my donation box to raise money to do some of the things that I did in HIV advocacy, and also as a way to help me support me also. Jay-Z a little bit too, let me say. Mona Scott.
Okay.
During the pandemic, she really blessed me. Jay-Z during the pandemic. Shaka Pilgrim, who was one of the people that ran his office, never forgot me. My daughter went to college, got a scholarship, the Sean Carter Scholarship because of Shaka.
Wow.
You know, then I had Deneen Womack, and that's my team now. Deneen Womack and Gwen Kingsbury, Brand Elevation Marketing. You know, they keep me on my toes, make sure, you know, that I know about interviews like yours. Of course, when I read you that you wanted to interview, that was automatic.
Oh, thank you. I'm so to even just have the opportunity. It's an honor to speak to you and have you on my platform. Like, it's, I mean, I feel so honored.
And I want to make sure that, you know, Black women are represented.
But one thing is for sure, when God has a plan, nobody else
can nothing kill you.
That's right. And so Heaven's Girl Entertainment is a platform for purpose-driven women to tell their stories. And if I've ever met a purpose-driven woman, it's you, because God truly had a purpose in your life. And no matter what the enemy formed, it wasn't going to destroy you. God was going to take that and use that for you. I mean, when you tell me about your life as a little girl being on the Sunshine Committee, it makes sense that you were on that you were in charge of the Sunshine Committee, because when you have a spirit like that, that's what God wants you to do, is bring sunshine and hope and everything to the world. So
you know what? I am really a ministry, a street ministry.
Yes.
So I wasn't ordained in a church or, you know, went to the theological seminary, but what my seminary was life.
Right.
People don't believe what you say, but they know how you made them feel.
Right.
And that's very important. It's not what you say, it's what you do, the actions that you take.
Well, thank you so much for doing this and taking time out of your busy schedule. I'm so excited about all the things you have coming. I will be, you know, I'm like your biggest fan now.
And I forgot to say about my website, because Deneen and Gwen put it together, www.can'tbesilenced.org. And you could go on my webpage and see some of the things that I'm doing and maybe some of the future things that's going to happen. They made September 18th Maria Davis Appreciation Day.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Maria Davis.
Hey, listen up, everybody. This is Maria Davis, and I really want you to support my sister Jamila. Please be a part of that movement. Look them up. I'm signing up today. I'm going to be a part of the movement. I'm convinced. And
well, teaching is in my blood. I just love hip hop, and it's the way we're going to teach. So I thank y'all for joining today, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode.
Yes, thank you for joining the Preschool Cypher, guys.
See you next time. Peace.